segment. The second is a smaller, you'll probably get one segment. And then finally, a valuable nat 5 segment. This list is based around units that can be used in the most places. So you build these units and you're gonna get a lot of mileage out of it. So with that in mind, let's just get Fran and Lauren out of the way real quick. Honestly, if you were to click on any video on this channel, you would have a pretty solid non-zero chance of me talking about either, if not both of these monsters in that video. Lauren and Fran can both be used in pretty much every dungeon. The only place where it gets a little bit dicey is the Giant's Abyss, where that counterattack starts ticking up a lot faster with units that hit 3 times. You can use them in TOA. Lauren is great single target control, and Fran is just a solid healer and source of immunity for new players. She also gives attack buff, which is so relevant. Lauren can also be used in raids as a source of slow and defense break. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Spectra, specifically Second Awakened Spectra, who's the Fire Griffin. You can use Spectra in dragons. I've seen people force Spectra in giants. You can use them in TOA or frankly, anywhere that you need max HP scaling damage. The slow and attack bar pushback is also very valuable. Next, Verdehile, the Fire Vampire. Thank John come to us, this dude is fusible now. When I started playing the game, Verd was not fusible. I got him through summoning stones, which are now exclusive summons. It'd be easier to talk about where Verd can't be used, to be honest. Like, you can rune him on Triple Revenge or Swift in RTA, you can use him in TOA, any initialism in the game, you can use him. He's also a staple in Dragons. He was already important and experienced a surge in popularity when the Trickery team was at its peak. And today, he is still a must-build unit for new players. Generally speaking, when you use Verd on a team in dungeons, you'll want to rune him so that he moves last, so that way you maximize the amount of attack bar you gain from his passive. Once you have this guy, you're going to be cycling so many turns that you'll forget your opponents are even supposed to have turns. Also, if you pick him against Leo and RTA, the math works out in your favor. The next 3 I'm going to cover just back to back because they're all dogs. It's Ikaru, Rauk, and Crow. Ikaru is great independently or in triplicate for the Trickery team. He can team up with up to 3 additional party members, leading to a total attacking value of 4 monsters at once. It takes a lot of runing to get him there, but with some time, you'll have a fully functioning Ikaru. Rauk works perfectly right when you second awaken him. He'll team up with 2 additional units. Super great damage dealer. And then there's Crow, who is arguably the best damage dealer for new players. All of them have usability in solo R5 and in dungeons. If you've been on the channel for a little while too, you'll know that I recommend the Vampires Walking Dogs team for the Punisher's Crypt. And these are the dogs. Next is the Homunculus, specifically the Attack Homunculus, and you can have a choice for this one, either the Wind or Water, depending on what units you're strong in. The reason why you choose the Wind one is if you're short on max HP damage scaling units, or if you want to start working on a super high efficiency Giants farming team later in the game. But early, he's great too. Forgot how to end a sentence. The Water one is stellar for crowd control. He has an AoE first skill, AoE second skill, AoE third skill. What? That's AoE on every skill. That sounds crazy. That's because it is. The Water one is great in Rift dungeons, also solid crowd control option for TOA. Basically, they thrive in PvE environments because that's predominantly where you can use them. Can't use them in RTA. But this is for new players, so it doesn't matter. Kind of matters. Doesn't matter. Veromos. I've been aching to talk about Veromos ever since I started this video. I should have led with him. Legit, one of my favorite units right now. Like, actually one of my favorites. I find myself recommending him as a damage dealer for practically everything in the game right now. Giants, Dragons, TOA. He can also be crowd control option for TOA too. He does transition really well into RTA and PvP environments when you're up against a lot of debuffs too. Just watch out for attack bar pushback. He's kind of susceptible to that. And like stuns, but you know. This next one is kind of a maybe build. You know, some people could find use in this. I know the video title is must build, but I'd also like to include this one as maybe build. It's Bernard. Second Awakened Bernard is actually really cool in Rift dungeons. You can also use him in Giants around that time when you're trying to transition into the Abyss floors. But anywhere you need turn cycling with attack bar gain and a speed buff, you can use him. Next, we're going back into the Fusion Hexagram for Riley, the Wind Totemist. She's just straight up one of the best healers in the game, and you can get her totally for free. I did a video semi-recently on the top 5 fusible monsters for RTA, and spoiler, she's number 1, dude. She's so good. Like, actually. You can also use her in Giants. It's gonna go real slow though, but she's a great must-build unit. Eventually. Finally, it's Belger, the Fire Lightning Emperor. He is also in the... Wait, that's 11, I think. No, I added Fran too. This is number 12. For new players. Oh my god. Well, Belger's a Of two new monster families that are probably my two favorite monster designs in recent memory, if I'm being totally honest. But we'll get to that in a second. What's going on, chat? Nandis, Carnegie, I saw DJ earlier. Ultra Deathlord, welcome back. So account reviews, guys. Chat channel 10 is the place to be. I'm starting on the global server today. If you guys have any questions in particular, just ask it in chat and drop your Twitch or YouTube handle as well, just so that way I know who I'm talking about. What's up, Fastlix? How are you doing? Yo, Ultra Deathlord, good to see y'all back again. Glad to see you here today. Where's R6 or Raid Abyss? Says Lavors. That's funny. I don't think I've ever heard someone even mention like Raid Abyss. I hadn't thought about that. Bro, AQ says just got Mork. My new favorite. I love this. My new favorite name in the entire game. Chat channel 10, Brian. Congrats on the Mork, bro. That's awesome. Oh, dude, that's so funny. Oh man, like the Raid Abyss would be kind of sick, but I think solo raiding is already so hard for people, and I'm not really sure what they would do to up the ante on the rewards, unless it was just like no rare grinds would be dropped or something like that. Yeah, that's what I just noticed too, Dudano. No leads, great for you. Fantastic for Dudano in particular, who has the second account that can't use leader skills. But yeah, so that's something to think about. Would be that. Do you guys want to go through some of the new monsters? Wait, where are my MTG players at, by the way? Is this not like Liliana Dreadhorde General? Is that not what this is? Have you guys? You saw the image, right, where she's got the zombies behind her? The framing is like exactly. I got super excited when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, it's Liliana. That's so sick. It's too bad we already have a character named Liliana. Oh, I like the way this is formatted in game. Sorry, I choked on myself when I was going to read Carnegie's message. Evan, are Beasthorn rates just utter garbage in R5? Beasthorn drops are extremely valuable, so yeah, they're very rare. They're very rare. Yes, says Davina. Pulled all 3 Tomb Wardens. That's awesome. I got a Dark Tomb Warden. Yo, the Tomb Wardens look so freaking cool, you guys. Like, I actually think these might be my new favorite character design. And if you really like squint, you can actually see, I don't know if you guys are looking at this, but inside his like collar, you can actually see a semblance of a face in there, I think. I think I'm looking at a nose. I would have to bring out like a magnifying glass, or honestly, my camera does like a ×5. I can't believe that I'm using like stream time for this, but hold on one second. Let me just like zoom in ×5. Look at that. There's something under there, guys. I'm looking. I just got my my camera out, zoomed in like ×7. Oh my god, you need to look at the skill animations now. Wait, ASAP? Okay, let's look at Vogue. Let's look at this guy. Oh, this is so cute. Wow, nice impact. I can resurrect. Dude, this guy is so sick. I'm telling you guys, this is my new favorite design for a monster. Coffin Bash. Oh my god, I love it. This is so inspired. I wish these came out like a month ago, or 2 months ago now, because we're in December. I wish they came out around like Halloween time. I think this guy's got a passive too. I'm looking for a third skill. Ground Reversal. Wow, that's awesome. You know, something that I would love it if like some of the monster effects that like change the environment could like linger, you know? I think that'd be really cool for a little while, like for like a turn or two or something like that, or until they're destroyed. So guys, with that said, thoughts on the new monsters? I think some of these are pretty creative. Maliki says, I feel like they make this for Halloween, but forgot. They just like, oh, whoops, forgot about that one. Wish me luck on summons, Evan, going all in. Heck yeah, dude. Good luck, Carnegie. Oh, did you guys see the skill that deals more damage according to your max HP and then deals damage proportionate to the dead target's max HP to all other enemies and stuns for 1 turn? That's pretty awesome. Oh, I also really like the one that stacks speed. The wind one sounds kind of good. Cowboy Roach! It says, Evan, what up? What's up, dude? Wow, that's quite the first skill. It's quite the wind-up for a first skill. That's like a Wusa. What is this? This urn. Is that what that is? She's like attacking with an urn? Or am I just totally off base? Necromancy Knights. Oh, that's so cool. So she literally summons up the dead to fight. Arsenal of Sacrifice, okay? Oh, oh my God. Wow. What a crit animation too. Oh my God, that looks so cool. She uses the tombstone as a giant sword. This is a really long windup for the first skill, that's some Wusa level first skill stuff. Very inspired. What? No way, what? Dude, no way, she summons up like Grave Titan. No, I'm telling you guys, MTG fans, this is crazy. I gotta see the crit animation for this. What? Oh, Kanagi got the Water Spectre Princess. Congratulations. Kanagi, I'm trying to get a crit animation of this, guys. Insight, thank you. I'm sorry I keep repeating this, guys, but I'm really trying to get like a crit animation. Attacks on enemies, I'm trying to see, does it actually crit? I'm trying to see this guy from the front. We need the crit, give me the crit. Why can I not crit? Oh, here we go. Look at that. Oh my God. They really play with the scale of the thing. Like they even bring the camera down to show how massive it is. This is like big in terms of like animations for Summoner's War. They really put their whole heart and soul into this one. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with this. Okay, let's find somebody who has a third skill. Does this one have a passive? So it's only the water one and the fire one have anything in the third skill slot anyway. They have active skills. That's insane. Looks like a transmog. Looks better than a transmog. I think that is like the coolest we've ever seen. I don't have a lot of scrolls. I only have 22 scrolls. Why don't we just do the 2 real quick and then we'll summon. Do you guys do the skip thing? Oh man, yeah, the skip thing is pretty fast. I don't know if I like the skip thing, at least for stream right now. And nothing. All right, let's go to your guys's, let's go to the account reviews. So John T says, GZ, hey Evan, can you help me craft consistent, faster GB, DB, and NB? Oh, that's so funny, by the way, guys. I actually have a video coming out that should kind of help with that. Also, Lord says, dude, what about Soul Strike? Soul Strike, I've got a Soul Strike stream today, 2 p.m. Pacific. I'm streaming with Rivensu. Put an option to crit Lavors. Lavors is dropping all these hot tips. So let's see. I'm looking for the book. Sorry, guys. I'm getting messages on the side. Okay, so you want consistent or faster, you said. Oh, no worries, Kanagi. Says, don't think I'll be here all stream, unfortunately. Holiday party? It's a great reason. It's a great reason to miss the stream. Ferris, yo, Evan, should I summon now or wait till last 10x10 event released? I know for sure Come To Us like to troll us. Dude, it's a hard one for me to answer. I don't think I can be in charge of that. I don't think I can be the one to tell you that. I don't want to be, Ferris, I'll let you decide. If you really like what these units do and you want the boosted rates, go for it. But if you'd rather like wait for something, then wait for something. That's all I haven't said anything really. I've said a lot of nothing, to be honest. It's, we're all about job security. I'm not a leaky faucet, chat. You know this about me. So you want a faster, more consistent GB, DB, NB. It looks like you've got a pretty solid team for all of these, especially the time on Giants is great. Like if this is consistent, then I wouldn't push it. If it's not consistent, then I would recommend maybe we speed it up a little bit by either putting in like a key nat 5 or like another defense breaker. Because I reckon what's going to happen here is that if like Prilea misses or something, you don't have another defense breaker. Yeah, that was mad playing safe. Jesse, I was dancing my booty off right there trying to dance around that question. I'm in chat channel 10, Cowboy Roach. And Dastardly Gem, am I looking at your account right now? It says, I'd like under a minute if I could, but really consistent is important. You're absolutely right. Let's go in. Let's go in and see what's going on with this. We'll start with Giants, and then we'll go to Dragons, and we'll do Necro too. Any tips on TOA hard? San, crowd control is really important. My favorite team to recommend people for like TOA hard in general is like Tyrone for the speed lead. So he's the water sylph, 19% speed lead, hard crowd control on skill 3, AoE attack bar reduction on skill 2. Then I like to say Veromos as well. I think Veromos is a good safety unit, especially because he has crowd control on skill 2, and he can deal some decent damage against bosses. Then you can bring Verd, Fran, and Lauren, and that's honestly very safe. It should be pretty safe. Check chat real quick, I got a fun surprise. As soon as I get access to chat again, I'll take a peek. Oh, and also this guy too. If you've got a Water Geralt for Giants, Water Geralt's actually really good. He's great. You might want to add more crit rate, right? I had a feeling that this guy's missing a rune, but like, that's all. Okay, let's see what we got. So we're using Prilea for the defense break. Oh man, you have some good units back here. Oh my goodness. Holy heavens to Betsy. Yeah, there's some decent units back here. Like this? Like Zima? Heck yeah, dude. Oh my god, you got a Carnal too. Keep that in mind if you ever need a good arena defense. You should build that for arena defense. Okay, yeah, I think maybe the weak point of the team... Zima, what? Zima, what? Let me look at the Vero too. Oh, Vero's not too shabby. He might be a little slow, but we can always add that in later. You know, so these +6 speeds, like this one could be grinded. It is a hero. This one doesn't really have too much speed, but it's got great crit rate. You could also gem in speed on the res if you're so inclined, but it's not a rune you'd want to hang on to. You know what you could try to do is, I have a running gag on the channel that a blade set is a cry for help, right? I think that if you sort by crit rate and speed, you might actually find better runes for this if you put them on Violent and Broken. Or what you could try to do too is you could try to put them on Rage. I don't know if you have great Rage runes lying around, but I know that you've probably been given some because of like free monsters and events and stuff like that. So I would do that. Yeah, Kanagi, yeah, that's probably what it is. No, this is just water, but it's a summoner. It's my Summoner's War mug. I just leave it here at the office. It just makes the water taste more delicious. And it's got a little, I don't know if you can see that too, but it's also got like an Angelmon like straw protector. See that? It's all decked out. Yuna, what's up, Yuna? Okay, so you could maybe swap over to Rage if you can afford it. You could also ditch the Blade runes and sort by crit rate and speed. Let me look at your Crow. Could also try out a Crow. Like, I love the attack buff from Krosvelg, but is he moving in front of your units? That's 83. Yeah, he is. He's moving ahead of that. He's moving ahead of this. So he's giving the attack buff. Like, honestly, if you just try to make your Veromos a little bit faster, I think it'll be good. I love the 100% crit rate, though. I will say I love the 100%. This probably is consistent, right? I'd say it's consistent. The other thing you could... Oh, dude, you know what it is, too? Her accuracy is really low. That's the other thing. Her accuracy is really low. So if it's inconsistent, it may be because of that. I would just try to see if you could take her off of crit damage and try to find fight runes with accuracy and look for accuracy here. So see skill 1 accuracy, skill 2 accuracy, that's great. That's actually great. That's pushing it closer to what you need, but because her whole job is defense breaking, you do need some accuracy on there. Like, the whole team kind of falls apart if she doesn't do her job, right? So, you know, I would just investigate here. And then as far as your Dragons team goes, just double check the turn order. I really like what you got going on for the Verd. 98 is close. We do appreciate 100% crit rate Verd over here, especially when it's for Dragons, right? Especially when it's Dragons, because eventually you're gonna find the 2% that you're missing, and it's gonna cost you the run, right? Because, you know, you really need him to crit. That's his whole purpose. So again, I like the runes though. I don't know if he be critting, then you're okay. Like, I'm not gonna judge for the 2% crit rate. I'm gonna say if you know that he misses crits on occasion, then you should do something about that. But you know, that's all on that. Also, I think he might be slightly too slow. You do want him to move last on your team, but that doesn't mean you want him to be like super slow, because he could get cut by the boss and then the boss will kill him, right? And that's dangerous. So I would try to get him up to at least like plus 40. I think the magic number is 42. If I'm not mistaken, someone in chat probably knows the magic number. I think an additional 42 is probably the lowest you can go before the boss moves in front. And that's the bad thing. You don't want the boss to move in front of your Verd, because then all of a sudden it puts everything in jeopardy. You do have Veromos there to like cleanse stuff up, which is really nice. Let me just look at your Shaman. Oh, we're not using Shaman for that, right? We're using Crow, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You can use Spectra here too. Cloud Piercer, welcome back. Nelly the God came down from Mount Olympus. Welcome, dude. It's true, Ferris. Even with 100% accuracy, Prilea still has a chance to miss, but it's a lower chance than 27. Oh, it's 43, says Chippo. It's 33. Okay, great. Insight, I just decorated for the holiday season yesterday. I got a Christmas tree up and everything. So yeah, thank you for that, dude. I hope you too. Hope you're staying blessed. Thank you, Nelly. What is the safest team for farming artifacts? We can maybe talk about that, Death the Kid. Also, welcome back. I feel like it's been a second. So Spectra, you may want more crit rate on him. You don't actually have to put him on speed slot 2 unless you really want to, just because he's so fast. I usually recommend that people do either attack crit damage HP or something like that and look for speed in the substats, just because you want him to move at the right time, right? You want him to move after Lauren, after Crow, and so to do that, you kind of want to do, so that's 41 speed. I'm noticing that a few of these, you might be forcing fight sets before it's the right time, if that makes sense. Just because sometimes, like with fight sets, you have to make a lot of caveats. Usually it is not ideal, right? Because fight sets aren't something you really just come across. Like good fight runes aren't something you just come across unless you are very intentionally farming for them or redeeming them from an event. So I would maybe go with a more traditional Lauren, and you probably are. I bet you this is the Lauren that you're using, especially because she is moving at the right pace and she has 100% accuracy. Then you've got your Crow, who's presumably moving after. Yeah, so I would just make these little fine tunings. But I think you're doing a really good job, by the way. I do think that you've got your head in the right place. I think he also requested Necro. Let me try to help someone else, because I know we're staying on that same one pretty often. Oh, multiple Spectre Princesses. Oh my God. Typhoon and Kanagi. Kanagi got a Tyrannus. Jurgen and Sonia? Oh my God, you guys, what's with all these? Bro, this is the lucky chat right now. No way, you guys. Wow, congratulations. Congrats, guys. That's awesome. Sand, it says, yo, Evan, do you want to do my summons for me? Dude, I would love to. Unfortunately, because I work for the company, I can't really do that. It's technically against TOS. You know, it's not something that we really do, but because of that, I can't really engage in it. I would love to do your summons for you though. I appreciate the offer, but unfortunately I'll have to decline for this one. Thank you though. I'm honored that you want me to. That's very sweet. Fastlix, Evan, thoughts on the lightning animations change? You know, it's one of the, I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about it as well. For me, it's indicative that, you know how I sometimes mention that there's been a little bit of change of ideology within the developers of Summoner's War? And also, I think for the better in a lot of cases, because they're open to a lot of new stuff. This was something that was talked about years ago, right? You know, it's do we want to indicate when it's a 4-star, 5-star, that there's a difference between the two? And back then the answer was no, because it kind of takes some of that tension away. Nowadays, I actually think that the change in the landscape, right? A lot of gacha games indicate when you get say a 5-star or an SSR or something as opposed to something else. So to me, I like it because I was kind of in the pool of like, oh, I'd like to know when it's a 5-star, and then you can get really excited with people ahead of time. You know, I actually think it's cool. The only thing that I'm not sure if I vibe with yet is the skip option. You know, I'm not sure if I vibe with that just yet, but purely from a stream perspective, I think it's great for people who are just trying to plow through their summons if you have like hundreds built up, right? Because it can take a long time. Like I know people who have like thousands of scrolls saved up. So like it gets to a point where it becomes annoying to summon all of them slowly. But like from a stream perspective, I think I'd rather do it slightly slower. Okay. So Ultra Deathlord wants help with rune quality. So this is kind of a broad statement, and I think what I'm gonna do for this is I'm just gonna offer tips real quick. So a lot of times, like people will run into issues with their runes, and they'll think like, oh dude, my runes all suck. You know, or it's like I can't get a good rune or something, and I hear that all the time. And I was in that space for a really long time. And I remember talking to Seppi about it, and like I think he was the one that actually gave me the piece of advice. He said to identify like 2 stats that you really need to improve. And for me, it was speed and crit rate. And I would actually reckon that a lot of people are in the same boat for that. Speed and crit rate are probably the 2 that people need to improve on the most. Right? You know, it's like it can be hard, especially because crit rate and crit damage are inherently linked. So then, once you know that you have those 2 lackluster stats, you just roll every rune, including blue runes. You roll every rune that has those 2 stats, and eventually you will balance out. You keep the ones that double roll into one or the other because you like to min-max, you know what I mean? But as long as they have them, that's the way to go. And you balance out your runes so that you now have what you need to fill out those weak stats. So that's my advice. That actually helped me a lot. And then whatever you can't supplement in straight up runes, you go to R5 for. Now you're grinding your runes and pushing them past their natural limits. That's what it is. Wait, Kanagi says I got the worst LD5. Is Ariana? Is that the one? The light pudding princess? Is that the one? No, Kanagi, are you kidding me? No! Oh, but I mean, congrats on the LD5. No! Okay, wait, hold on. So, with that said though, Kanagi, so like if we were to look on the bright side, I don't know if you're in the mood to look on the bright side just yet. I know this is probably still like lingering with you or whatever, right? You know, and rightfully so. You do now have the opportunity to do like a combo-y sort of thing with Ariana and like the new Tomb Wardens, because the Tomb Wardens actually have the skill of Ariana very closely, right? You know, they can revive their teammate, and it does something else if they're not revived. So you could kind of do a sort of like flexible, like if they are dead, I can revive them. If not, I do something else. You can do a team that kind of leverages that or something. That would also go kind of well with like a super like bruisery setup with like Gapsu or the Wind Pudding Princess. You know, just things to think about. So if you happen to have the Wind Pudding Princess, I think it actually gets less bad because I believe Ariana puts a shield on, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, anyway, so Ultra Deathlord, what I would say is like, so again, crit damage and crit rate are inherently linked. So for a monster like Perna, and like your Leica's also not too bad. He's a little bit slow, but he's not that bad. You really want to leverage crit rate, and you want to look for opportunities to roll runes with crit rate, because that is going to vastly improve your experience. You'd much rather have like something that's like a lower crit damage but higher crit rate, because it's like now you're still getting more damage than you would if you crit 27% of the time and do 140% crit damage. You'd rather just do 120% crit damage and crit like 85% of the time or something like that. You know, it's like then you're getting more value out of your runes. So I think that's something to look out for this account in particular, is try to find runes with like speed and crit rate, because I'm noticing that with a couple monsters, right? Like your Sonya. Sonya really needs to crit as well. The Crow looks great, dude. This is a perfect Crow. This is a really, really good Crow. The only thing that's a little bit off about him is the speed, because like, you know, 19 is so low that whatever boss you're bringing him into is gonna move before him, right? That's just something to think about when you go in, but it's a good Crow. Good stats on the Crow. You're welcome, dude. No, and I mean it too. It's a really, really good stats you managed to get on there. Anatoly, this is not the same Anatoly that like lifts in the gym, right? Looking for general advice regarding my account. Oops, sent too early. I'm on Twitch. Stony Gray. Awesome. Okay, Stony, let's do this. So general info about your account. Level 47. Been playing for 2 months, right? 2 months, thereabouts. Oh, someone said Ren. Ren or Fire Draken Warrior? Oh, dude. I think, oh man, that's a tough call. I have the Fire Draken, actually. The Fire Draken Knight is really fun. I like the Dragon Knights, the new ones in general. Cool design, and I think they're probably going to get adjusted over time. I think Ren is probably the best out of the box though. Like right now, you summon a Ren and you could probably incorporate it onto a team. I think the Fire Draken Knight actually needs a little bit of work, to be honest, but yeah, Yusuf, I can help you with that. Okay, so Stony, so looking at the Giant's Keep, you're already in Giant's Abyss hard. Super impressive after just 59 days, by the way. It looks like you're using like a hybrid of the starter team with Argon, the wind vampire. Dragons, you're using the twins, and then Necro, we haven't quite broken into the Abyss dungeons just yet. So let me just like drop out like what I'm thinking right now before I even look at the account. So I think with the Giant's Keep, I think the issue might be that there's too many multi-hits, right? So with Fran and the Wind Vampire, plus Crow's team up, you're doing a lot of multi-hits on the boss. So my approximation is that I think the boss is counterattacking and setting up a bunch of damage on your team, so when he ultimately like gets the defense break or just gets his natural turn, he's slapping the team and they're just falling down, right? Because they're already weakened. So I think that's what's happening with Abyss. So my first instinct is to say remove the Fran and the Argon and we replace them with single hitting units instead. For Dragons, I think that where the current state of Dragons is at right now, I think maybe taking out the Shaina and the Sabrina might actually help you in the long run. If you have a Lauren, I'd prefer that we use her. If you don't have Lauren, we could just remove the Sabrina instead, and we could use something else in her spot. Then let's talk about Necro. Necro, I actually like your team. I will say I like your team a lot. I would just swap the leader skills from Lapis to Aegir. Or not Aegir, but Aergar. Wrong name. And then I think you actually could probably take out the Fran and put in another team up effect. So like maybe like a Rauk or something. Anyway, let's go in. Let's go in and see what's going on. What's up, Omni King Goku? How are you? Let's see what we got. So we got a Lapis, heavily damage focused Lapis. Very damagey Lapis. There's the Shaina in question, right? Ruined on damage too. It looks like she might not have enough HP to survive in Dragons as well. There's your Argon. Argon's good, a little slow. Fran, okay. Here's Lauren. I like your Lauren. Yeah, we're gonna use more of this Lauren. I think this is the Lauren that you got from the support event, if I'm not mistaken, right? We're gonna incorporate her into your Dragons team for sure. And then we've got a Rage Crow. Yusuf, thank you in advance, sir. You're welcome. Dr. Bread, PhD denied, PH denied. King Nundrum, does the stream normally have music? It does. Wait, King Nundrum, can you hear the music? Because I hear the music. Yes, it does normally have music. And then here's your Veromos. Veromos is built on support. I do normally like my Veromos is built on Rage these days. I like him as a damage dealer, but I think this is also the Vero that was given in the event. So we're not tripping too hard about that. Veromos can still be helpful. Okay, let's talk about small changes. If you want, you could just swap this rune. You could just, sorry, the chair's kind of like, all the chairs that I sit on are in like a constant state of disarray. I'm like this close to like falling out of the chair just because it collapses in on itself. So something that we could maybe do to improve this, right? If you were to find a crit damage slot 4 for Veromos, honestly, that might be enough just to improve your run, because he's really good as a support, but he's even better when he's dealing some damage. Konagi, thank you so much. You do honor me. Just pulled a Magnum in your honor, Evan. That's what Konagi said over on Twitch. Magnum is one of my favorite counter-cleave units. Every game is a Magnum game. Not true, but it's a feeling. Magnum is a state of mind. Magnum's a state of mind, chat. Okay, so we got the Veromos down. We said the tip for that. The Crow is looking pretty good, so we don't necessarily need to trip too hard about changing anything for him. We could just put another artifact on. I would love Belladillon to be potentially Second Awaken. Not super necessary, but like it would be worth it. It's on speed. We can put HP and HP on 4 and 6, and then he'll be good to go. I would use him as your defense breaking unit on Giants. Then I do like the Shannon, so we'll keep Shannon. Not necessary to Second Awaken her. You can though. So we've got Vero, we have Vero, Crow, Belladillon, Shannon. Let's get like one more damage unit and call it a day. Let's do... Can you use this? Guys, has anybody ever used Odin in Giants? Has anybody ever used Odin? I don't think we're gaining enough buffs for him to really do all the damage that he needs to do. I suppose, oh wait, there's a Pungbake right here. We could use Pungbake. I think you might be able to use Pungbake on the team, actually. You could use this as your damage. I think that would be awesome. Argon is decent in Giants. And you know what? You know what we're doing too? We are removing removing one multi-hit with Fran. So you could keep using the Argon. You could, it's already ruined. So I would just try to swap out Fran for Belladillon and see how that goes, and put your Veromos on crit damage. I would give that a shot. But I really like your progress, especially for like just 2 weeks or 2 months rather. It's very good. A Kirby on crack. Evan, if you can review, I'd appreciate it. Let me take a peek. I love the profile picture. It's awesome. Love everything about that. Whoa, that's kind of like a very aggressive team. Oh my goodness. Is this consistent? That's very aggressive. I would think that with a team like this, you'd want to use Erger's lead. This is very aggressive. I would think that with this one, you'd want to use Ergar's leader skill to give him the 38% attack power lead in dungeons. That might help. I'll have to look at the stats because this is crazy. This is very aggressive. I don't know if that's consistent or not. I don't always love Lucian anymore. This is on global, Yusuf. We are on global currently. If there's enough interest, I'll bounce around to other servers though. I'd love to. Love the Dragons team too, actually. I've been kind of into Rauk. I've been into Rauk and Dragons, actually. I think he's a really cool unit, especially, Rauk's one of my favorite units just in general, but there are so many like valuable first skills that like that team up effect just gets infinite value when you bust it out. Someone says, do you agree with people saying to nerf R5? You know, so I'm to be honest, I haven't been around a lot of people saying nerf R5, says from Kingdom Drum. I haven't heard that a ton on here. Not super opposed to it. I think they did kind of nerf it already, but it was a while ago. I think they did nerf it. Hey guys, am I tripping? Didn't they nerf R5, or am I thinking of something else? Oh no, they nerfed Abyss. They nerfed the Abyss dungeons, because the Abyss dungeons were crazy hard when they came out. I'm personally not opposed to that. I like moves that make the game more approachable. You know, I'd like to remove barriers of entry, but I'd have to think about it. Because like solo R5 is meant to be challenging. You know, it's like the whole point of R5 is like, you know, it's kind of it's a rune check, it's a team comp check. You know, it's like if it's too tough, you can always queue up with like other people and like do like a classic BJ5 team or something like that, or, you know. So for me, I'd really have to think about it as my answer, like in terms of like whether or not I agree. I'm not the decision maker for something like that, right? You know, if everybody's asking for it, we can pass that feedback to the devs and see what they make of it, but okay. I don't have the runes for Ikaru without Panda as lead. I'm trying to transition to late game and do some guild content. Fallen? and ale. I was trying to work my way through that name and having a hard time. Kirby on Crack. Let's dive in real quick. So you said it's not too consistent then. Yeah, we can go safer instead. Like I'm a safe guy. I'm all for safety. Let's do it. Let's go Veromos lead. Let's use Shaman for another source of whoa, only +7 speed. Oh no. He'll never move. We could use Shaman as another source of max HP damage. Second Awakened Shannon. Okay, here's what we'll do. You can go Veromos, you can go Shannon, you can go Crow, you can go Shaman, and then Belladon. That can be your new Giants team. That's your new Giants team. Give that a try, and that'll be way more consistent. But I would put this on speed, crit damage, HP. Speed, crit damage, HP. Only because, you know, like, yeah, since speed can only be on slot 2, it would have to be in that order. So speed slot 2, crit damage, HP. Let's try to get him to at least like 43 speed, 43 additional speed, I think is what, well, he's got 111 base speed. So you might have a little more wiggle room, but let's go 42 base speed. Let's do it. And was there another dungeon that you wanted some help on? Nice Brandia, by the way. Okay, your Verd is great. Your Verd has 100% crit rate, and he's got some crit damage on him, too. Is this on Vi? Wow, it's on Vio. Okay, heck yeah. So this is cool. You already have an Aster built, too. We got Lauren, we got Fran. We can use all this. Yeah, more speed on Shaman. Put him up to like 42. Again, like, work on the Giants team first. Farm Giants for a little while. I think people kind of like really rush, you know, and I did the same. I'm guilty of the same thing. So it's like a lot of times when people like are able to clear a dungeon or like they're able to get like the speed they want or like, okay, now it's consistent, they immediately move to another dungeon. And I'm guilty of the same thing. I cleared Giants and I didn't just sit in Giants for a while. I immediately like jumped into Dragons after that. I would say like stay in Giants for a bit and then get a foundation of Swift runes and stuff, and then you can move into Dragons from there. And then for Brian, it says, I'm looking to transition to PvP and guild content and not sure what to build. After you do this for a little while, then you can like maybe try to like splash in a few of your Nat 5s along with the free support monsters. And I don't mean like support, I mean like that rotation of everyone can borrow, everyone can use units in RTA. Try to integrate some of those along with the monsters that you've pulled on your own, and then you can do it. Megalopolis, like the Megaflopolis, like the movie? Can you help me with my arena defense? Who'd be good on offense with Bloodya, Magnus, and Trix? Maybe Sath? Is that dots? Bloodya does dots, right? But you need some kind of strip for, well, I think Trix strip. Let's look at your defense, one thing at a time. Increase defense, and then you got all these units. So the only thing I'll say, I don't dislike what I'm seeing, but because it's so focused on like defense stats, you're still like Lucianable. Rather, like your Cigar and your Annabelle particularly are in danger. I like that you doubled up on fire. Let me jump in and let's see what we can decide for this. Okay, let's see what we got. So what I'm looking for in particular, right, is you also have Amber. Amber goes well with those too. So like if you wanted to do like a dot team sort of situation, you can use Amber as a source of damage. So you could do tricks to attack, right? So this could be your strip option. And then if you're using Bloodya, right? Bloodya does dots, I think. 2 continuous damage for 1 turn. Then you could like follow up with like Amber to do big damage at the end. Since you already have her built, right? Like that sounds pretty cool to me. Oh, there's Evan. Shout out to me. Shout out to me, I'm in there. Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, I think you got a pretty cool comp here. Pretty cool dot team. A Sath would go great with that, to be honest. A Sath would go pretty well with that. Oh, I kind of lost track of what I was talking about. I stopped talking about your arena defense for a second. Sorry about that. Let's go back to arena defense since we just talked about offense accidentally. This is another defense lead, right? Yeah, it is a defense lead. So you got the defense lead there. Do you have 2 cigars or am I tripping? Okay, 2. What I'm looking for is like some way to prevent death. Congrats on the Volg. Congrats on... Wait, what does he do? Places a cherished tombstone on the spot, and then I think the cherished tombstone stacks speed, right? It gives you speed for as long as they're deceased, or as long as they are deceased, and as long as Volg is alive. Yeah, exactly. Dr. Bread PhD just said the same thing in chat right now. So you do, in a weird twist of fate, you actually don't have a super strong way to like stop or prevent death. A Triana would go really hard in that slot. I'd maybe swap in like a Triana, something to prevent death. How fast does Prilea need to be for an average GB12 team? Oh my goodness. Uh-oh guys, I might be hitting that bug. I might need to restart the game. Give me 1 second. Well, hold on. It's thinking. Oh yeah, we're good. Well, it's probably gonna crash after the next one. Just keep that in mind. So let me show you this real fast. Giants. Right? So how fast is my Prilea? My Prilea is 103. Oh, and she doesn't have artifacts. Maybe I should do that. Well, how much accuracy does she have? 54? Why don't I put like accuracy on skill 1 on her? Let's take my own advice for a second. Sorry guys, this isn't supposed to be like, say plus 11. Attack, HP. Let's do addition. Yeah, sure. Let's do that, and then we can just whoopsies. We can do that. Skill 2, or rather, let's do like damage taken from water down. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, whatever. Let's just throw some artifacts on her. So that's mine, and it works fine for me, to be honest. So that's 1 plus 103. Mako, when is the last 10th event? Mid-December? Question mark? Mid-December, I think. You know, I can't say for sure, Mako, just because I don't want to be a leaky faucet. I'm not trying to leak. I'm not trying to leak anything. That's not me. That's not what I'm trying to do. Oh, that's that. Okay, let's go back into it. Do I have enough? Guys, I'm craving a summon. Oh, bonus mystical scrolls. Give me a rebate. I think I've got 2 mystical scrolls in here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That's great. Dude, give me the 2. Let's pop those bad boys right now. I'm not waiting. Come on. Ready? Oh, that's okay. Oh, Elia's got something, right? Elia's got some stuff for me. Dude, I knew I could count on you, Elia. Wait, didn't she just give me scrolls? Or is that what's coming next? Oh, just took him a second. Okay, guys, do you believe we have 3 scrolls in a dream? We have 3 scrolls in a dream. Come on, please, give me the new one. Give me anything. Give me Mork. No, dude. Okay. Sorry, chat. I accidentally tapped on this instead. Refresh a few times? Dr. Bread, what are you telling me to do? Dr. Bread's telling me to refresh the store. Glaze my crow, chat. Whoa, that's a good crow. 2,000 attack, decent crit rate, fine crit damage. Literally the only point of improvement for me is like accuracy and crit rate. Okay, so I had 2 points of improvement. Bro got Rex, Vincent, Gron, Kumar, Borgnine. You're like on a evolution crash out right now, Kanagi. Ren, Sonia. Holy heavens to Betsy. Okay, back up. Evan, welcome. Thank you. No, my request got buried. Wait, what was, John T, what was your request? Can you give me any general progression tips? Started playing not too long ago, unsure of where to go now. So, you know, that's one of my favorite questions, because I think that can be a difficult thing for the game. You haven't been playing for very long. You're already in Abyss hard. That's crazy. You've gotten there so quickly. But there's a lot of multi-hits in this team, right? Lauren hits 3 times on skill 1. Ergar hits multi-hit on every skill that interacts with the boss, right? So I think maybe we might want to replace those units. Instead, we could run... Oh, I just noticed there's no Veromos either. There's no Veromos for any of these, I just realized. Dude, we got to get you a Veromos. John T, I think that's probably where I'm going to put you in terms of like homework assignment. So you need to get a Veromos stat. There he is. There she blows. That's what I'm talking about. He's got crit rate slot 4, okay. Evan, I need a refund on Ariana. Give me a Gianna. A Kanagi. You know what? We can make the best of a worse situation. Let's do some thinking. Let's dive into it a little bit and try to see what we can figure out. We're in the same boat, dude. I've got a Lydia. Lydia got a tangential buff because of Tiana. Tiana got buffed, and so Lydia got like a mini one, right? You know, because of the skill 2 critting. Whew. Excuse me, chat. Sean Ware says it's anti-Sonia. Do you mean that the my build on Terza? Sorry, I thought you meant that the Ariana was anti-Sonia. Hola, Atropando. How are you, dude? ¿Cómo está? Okay, so we've got the Veromos on crit rate, which I appreciate. I think we use the Belladon. You can bring Shannon instead, right? Oh, the music just got weirdly good. What the heck? That's what I'm talking about. If you're so inclined, right? Oh, you do already have a Sigmaris, and the Sigmaris is good. So here's what we'll recommend instead. So I think you just bring in the Veromos. You use Sigmaris' leader skill, 44%. You bring Vero, so that's 2. You bring Shannon, Belladon, and then 1 more. That last one can either be Shaman, Crow, or Naomi. The only thing I'm noticing about these is that they really don't have enough speed. So that's a good like quick topic for like newer players to the game as well. And it's a bit of an oversimplification, but more speed doesn't just dictate turn order. It does dictate turn order, but it also translates to more turns. So it's like basically what you want to do here is you are in a position where the turn order, no matter what order they go in, the boss is going to move ahead of your damage dealer, right? So the boss is going to cut in, as we say. So the boss will move in front of the crow and could potentially kill him before he even takes a turn. So that's why I normally say like, oh, try to get like 42 additional speed on him, or I guess 43 is the more accurate number. So try to get like 43 additional speed on the guy. Same thing for like if you want to use Shaman, or if you transition into like, say, a Second Awakened Naomi. You could also use a Kamamir here too, but I see that you're pretty close to you might actually be building a Naomi in the background. So that's my recommendation for you, is just incorporate the Veromos on all of the teams, including Dragons. Not necessarily Necro, but incorporate Veromos on your Dragons team as well, and it'll be better. Trent, would love to get some Siege defense suggestions if you get a chance. You know, Trent has been trying to get better in Siege for a while. It's always cool to get these questions. I think defense. What if we were to do something sort of defense related? Like we bring like Aaliyah. Do you have like a Fang or something? Oh, you know what? Let's use Byungchul and like Gurkha. Let's do something like that. Would that be kind of fun? Something to strip, and then Gurkha. Unless you're using Devaraja and Gurkha together. Dude, this is actually kind of crazy. You have like new Gurkha and old Gurkha. Chat, Gurkha's coming back. Gurkha's coming back, chat. Whew. Oh my goodness, guys, excuse me. You know, I don't think I had enough. I don't think I had the right amount of nutrition today. I'm kind of like a little, not groggy, but I'm like a little bit sleepy, and it's not the right time for me to be sleepy, so I don't think I really put the right kind of fuel in myself today. Who is Old Gurkha? Old Gurkha is Gurkha. There are no crit rate grinds, unfortunately. There are crit rate gems, but there are none of that. It's Molly Austin. Thank you for the follow, and on the Instagram. Thank you so much. Did you follow the Come To Us Instagram or my Instagram? I assume you mean Come To Us. Thank you either way. I didn't put the right fuel in myself. So anyway, back to it. Is there something we can do with the Fire Gojo? That'd be kind of sick. W wording. W wording. Don't even go back and amend it. Just roll with it. I think we do something with like Byungchul plus a heal as well. Like I actually see something where you could do like a Byungchul Gurkha would be very fun. Byungchul Gurkha and like a heal option sounds great to me. Like I feel like, oh, we're like Manon. Wait, chat. Am I tripping or am I onto something? Manon Byungchul Gurkha. That sounds so oppressive, to be honest. Like the only thing. So wait, no, this sounds awesome. This sounds awesome. Chat, am I please tell me if I'm like actually like coping right now, but that sounds so good. And then you actually might be able to do something. You might be able to do something to duplicate the team in a way, like, right? Because you could run a very similar comp if you were to use like a Jingjae. I don't know if you have a Jingjae. Let me look again. Jingjae, the Wind Monkey King. So you get the counterattacks and the strips with Devaraja. Gurkha would get eaten. Guys, let's use Gurkha. I think it'd be so sick. Trent, dude, I don't think I'm the right person to ask. I try to make, okay, we could also do like Abellio. Abellio would be sick. You could do Abellio in that last slot instead of Manon or something. I don't think, Trent, dude, I'm making like the copious, weirdest teams ever. So maybe chat has some suggestions as well, but like, dude, I'm on some sort of Gurkha kick right now. I have the tendency to kind of live vicariously through other people's accounts. Collaborator, hard time with RTA. Is there a speed minimum in Conqueror? There is not a speed minimum in Conqueror, and if there is a speed minimum, that's me. I'm at it. It really depends on your account, dude. You have great units. Look at this. You got a Woolyoung down here. You have a Bella. Holy heavens. My dude. Yeah, and you've got Taeor. So it just so happens that represented in just your profile, and you've got the Light Dragon Knight. What the heck? Just in your profile, you've got a lot of units that are very dependent on speed, right? So it's like a Woolyoung is very much a, I'm gonna start and I'm gonna attack buff the team, and then I'm going to like destroy everybody. Kanagi, have a great time at the holiday party. Thank you so much for hanging out though. It was really nice to see you, and I will see you later this week probably on different streams. See you on Friday. Have a great time. Be safe, dude. Happy holidays to you. Okay. So there's no speed minimum, but if you're trying to play a team that is like going turn one, you may want to reevaluate if you don't have the runes to like support it. And I see that you had some good options in there for like something that's more bruiser oriented, like your Ramael and Judaya compared or combined with something like the Chandra Vela Cigar type comp, you know, or Chandra Bayek, right? You could go Chandra Bayek Cigar plus like the Water Twin Angels. And then you could use like Bella, just Bella. Sean, I'm so sorry, dude. What's going on? Sean, Evan ignores me. Wait, let me see. Your message is going off screen. Just wanted help on an anti-Sonya snipe unit. I can look at your account, dude. Oh, Brian. Oh, I hope the gym trip goes well, dude. Wait, what day is it today? Oh, sorry. Go. You know what? Go do your thing, dude. Do your thing, and we'll talk about it next time. Tell me what day it is. I just had a chest and tricep day the last time I was at the gym. So that's awesome. Vivina, thank you so much for the channel drop there, by the way. Chat channel 10, global server is where we're at. Oh my gosh, you do have the Holy Trinity. Honestly, like, they're still so good. You could do something that is like, I would almost do like a crit damage Velajul though, to be honest, just because the team kind of lacks some damage. Go Chandra Vela Cigar, Water Twin Angels, bring the Fire have the Fire Bayek ruined, have like Byung-Chul ruined. You could even use, I still think that the Bella works on this comp. You would just need to have her be a little bit tankier than this and like focus on additionals. But, you know, collaborator, so you very much are at like a split there. You have to decide whether it's like, do you want to like cleave, like Wool Young into people? And if you do, by the way, I would recommend that you check out some of the like replay highlights on the SW Battle channel. You know SW Battle on YouTube? They just kind of do, they do like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not montages, collections, right? Compilations of like cool replays from RTA. And quite a few of them feature Wool Young, like the high level, like Guardian, like cleaves. You know, even though maybe the runes aren't necessarily comparable to your own situation, you could say that the teams could at least inspire you, right? And you could kind of get creative because Wool Young's a really cool LD5. And then you've got Bella and some other cool ones too. So I would say check that out. Okay, let's see. Where's Sean? Oh, you're welcome, by the way, Vivina. I didn't know Megalopolis was you. My bad. Evan, check out what I should focus on. What you should focus on. Oh my God, just based on the units in your profile, it better be RTA. Holy, wow. The Maximilian. Yeah, dude, this better be RTA with the Maximilian front and center. Although I see what you mean. Like you could do like a Maximilian with a Belinus, just based on what I'm seeing here. You could do like Maximilian, Byung-Chul too. I always like using Byung-Chul. Dude, I've been wondering, don't you feel cold? Are you using a heater? So, Lodro heat. I'm not cold at all, actually. This room is really warm. The studio is like extremely warm. For some reason, this room just doesn't have air conditioning, or like the air conditioning is super weak. We actually talked to the building about it. And to their credit, they came in, looked at it same day, did something, and I can tell it's like a little bit better today, but it's still like crazy warm in here. The last time I was on stream, it was hot. It was like the desert. It was like I was just soaking in the sun, you know? Plus these windows face, you know, the outside, and so that gets a lot of sun in here. But thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm okay. Skyzace, I use Beth as anti-Sonya. Just build a high defense bruiser, works every time. I would never expect Beth to be anti-Sonya. You're right, that would work on me. I would never expect it. Hey, my Summoner's War name is Waiki. I need to know what monsters to try and get and which ones to upgrade. My Ikaru isn't teaming up with 3 allies, but I think I have enough defense. So dude, the additional defense that you need is 2381. It's pretty high, and that's assuming that you have like a fully maxed defense stat in your profile tower, right? In your levels tower. Oh, Pepsi. So wait, Pepsi was asking like what to focus on, and I'm trying to pitch them on RTA. I'm trying to get them to like lock in for RTA, right? That's what we're doing. So let's go back here and see if there's anything we're missing. We know that he's got Maximilian. Oh, he's got me. Got Evan. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we want to incorporate onto this team. Oh, you got a Trix back here, actually. Would it be... I don't know, chat, what do you think? I want to force the Maximilian, but there isn't like a ton of support for it. What do you guys think? So I have 2421. Do I need to be level 50 for that? I have 2421. So I actually don't know what the stat is if it's not a maxed stat tower. Oh, I think we just lost visual on the iPad. Hold on one second, guys. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, that fixed it. This was a little bit loose. Yeah, 2381. after the defense stat in your profile is fully maxed though. So it's very tough to get it. And I would just double check to make sure that you're getting the defense from like the artifacts as well. Those should both be defense, and then make sure to get like defense flat stats as well. Dude, I really want to use the Maximilian, but I'm kind of having a hard time seeing if you have the monsters to like support bringing it into RTA. You could do something where you're just trying to outspeed them. Summoner skills. Summoner skills, that's a good way to refer to them. Could maybe use the Byung-chul and the Sonya to like pressure them, right? I think that might be a good idea. Oh yeah, dude, this is kind of tough. And you don't really hear people going like Bruiser. So I think for now, if you wanted to go into RTA, you could do like a Trix. Trix is a strip, Maximilian. Byung-chul is your second strip option, and if you really want to like push them, like you need to ban this, you could bring the Sonya. And then they're either anti-Sonya or you just get to knock out a unit right away. To me, that's probably what you do in this moment, Pepsi. I think that's probably what you go for. Oh, Sean, I see what you're saying. I was looking, I'm sorry, Sean, I didn't mean to be ignoring this. Sometimes, like when I'm going through looking for the accounts to review, I'm usually looking just for the white text and I just like filter out the other like the green and the blues. I didn't realize that you were sharing the information on Tursa. So let's take a peek real quick. Oh, I think I accidentally tapped on the guild just beneath it. So here's the Tursa, and they're trying to get it to be anti-Sonya, right? You want it to be anti-Sonya? Is that what you said? If you want it to be anti-Sonya, the way to go anti-Sonya is high defense, right? So, unless you're just trying to, unless what you're trying to say is you're trying to outspeed, so that way you can just slow her down. Is that what you're saying? Attacks all enemies 2 times with each hit, decreasing their attack speed for 2 turns. Afterwards, increase your attack by 35%. And hit the number slower than the attack speed. So basically what you're trying to do, okay, this is crazy. So you built a super fast Tursa, who is the Wind Magic Order Sword Singer, right? Oh, Rivensu, what's up, my dude? Guys, I'm streaming Soulstrike with Rivensu today at 2 p.m., by the way. So if you guys want to come by and hang out, which you totally should, just be there or be square. What's up, man? Okay, so you're trying to outspeed, apply a slow, cycle back into an ignore defense attack. Super fast, might have too much tank, to be honest. Because like, dude, if you're trying to get this, so it may not have enough crit damage to kill. That's my only concern, Sean. That's my only concern, is I don't see it having enough crit damage to actually secure the kill on the Sonya. But maybe because you actually attacked it once, it'll be okay. It's hard for me to say. Because usually when I hear the term anti-Sonya, I think of people building a monster on really high defense. Chat, do you think, that's normally what we think, right? So you're like, no, I'm just gonna make this thing like fast as heck, and I'm gonna snipe the Sonya, which I love that. That's awesome. 2 hours from now is the Soulstrike stream. Barrel Obama says, I hope next event is an LD Nav 5 event. You owe me one. Now wait just a second, Barrel Obama. If anybody owes someone a do-over, come to us owes me a do-over. Dude, but also I don't necessarily want it. I don't necessarily want it to be an LD Nav 5 event. But that's me as a player, not as a thing, and that's just my own personal. Let's not get into it. That's my own personal thing. Forget it. Forget I said anything. It's silly. Forget about it. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it when you're older. King Nundrum says, I want it to be an LD4 scroll. Is it 2 p.m.? 2 p.m. our time. So 2 hours from now. Just come back here 2 hours from now, unless you're watching on YouTube. Whoa, Mini Gonga says, hello, I'm kind of new to the game. I already have a team for everything except the dimensional portal beasts. What should I do now? Whoa. That is unbelievable. If you're new to the game and you have teams for everything, you basically, after you get the runes for your monsters, you kind of want to like choose where to put your teams. Or rather, where you want to focus all the fruits of your labor. I like to push people in the direction of RTA, but you can also go into like guild content if you want. You can focus in on arena, or you could try to like hyper focus on like PvE content and make faster and faster teams. Okay, let me see real quick. Let's go find someone else to help. Arena defense. I was gonna say, based on what I'm seeing from your account here, you're probably going for an outspeed. Any reason why you're not using the this girl? Why am I blanking on her name? Ligma or something, right? I think, if I'm not mistaken. Leona. No, not Leona. Leah. Thank you. It's not Ligma. It's not Leona. It's Leah. Yeah, Leah would be a cool addition to that if you're trying to outspeed. To be honest, if you're going for a super fast team, so speed lead 30. 33. I like to normally tell people to go for like bruiser comps because they're a little bit easier. Dude, this guy looks so sick. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. Love you guys. Yeah, if you're like set in the defense, or if you're set in the outspeed defense, then you might as well just try to incorporate a Leah, to be honest. But if you didn't want to go that direction and instead you just wanted to like kind of bruise it out, you could play around with like a Nana, you could play around with Manon. I don't like doubling down on water, but I would shift more Manon maybe. Like go Manon, Rakan even. I don't know if you have a fire HP lead or something like that. I'm always looking for ways to like prevent death. I guess maybe you do bring the Nana, because there's not a lot of ways back here for you to like stop your units from dying. Yeah, maybe the Nana in the last slot, something like that. But I think, hey, if you're going like for the full outspeed thing, German Kaiser, the Soul Strike stream is going to be 2 hours from now. Why did Hayato have to be cooler than Sakuna? I know, King Nundrum, he looks so sick. Why, cuz? What's up, Pat? How you doing, dude? You feeling ready for the meetup? By the way, chat, this is a great time for us to talk briefly about the meetup. If you happen to be watching on Twitch, you can use command meetup for more details, but Cuz is hosting an event in Brooklyn on the 15th of December. So that is that's Sunday, which coincides with the Guardians Club Tournament Finals. So if you guys are interested in watching that, you can watch it together at the meetup. Ethan, I'm returning to the game after a 3-year break. Oh my goodness, it's an entirely new game and looking for a little bit of direction. You're going in the right place with the Giant's Abysses, and I recommend that you keep going that way. If this is consistent, you're good to go, but I would maybe think about swapping out the Crow for a max HP damage dealer, and then I would swap out Fran for like Shannon, until you're ready to go for like a speed team. Anytime, Pat. Anytime, dude. Okay, and then Dragons. So for the Dragons team, I would use Verd's leader skill here, because that speed lead is really helpful. And I would incorporate a Veromos, because I think this is absolutely going to get hit by the boss, right? And so the boss is going to apply a bunch of dots to you, a bunch of that continuous damage. And continuous damage drains you for 5% at the start of your turn, but that's not the bad part about Dragons. The bad part is that his damage, the boss's damage, scales with the number of debuffs that are on your team. So if you don't have some way to remove those, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So I would recommend just doing kind of a clean swap, Belladon for Veromos, and then running it and see how it goes. And just double check the turn order. You really want it to be Lauren first. Lauren needs to go first, then you can do your damage dealers. So Sig, Veromos, Spectra, and then Verd last. Boom. Exactly. Pat said it perfectly. The Verd lead will also give you a few more turns before the boss moves. So you should find that you're lapping the boss with all the extra attack bar. Storm Titan, how's it going, dude? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. So that's my recommendation for a direction for you, Ethan. Just like purely looking at this, you clearly know what you're doing already. Like you've got a good like intent going on here. Oh, and also, I don't think I ever told you suggestions for what you could put in instead of the Crow. You can swap out either Crow or Naomi. I say Crow just because he's got a team up, right? And you don't want to rack up too many counters on the boss. So I would say maybe instead of him, you could use a Kamamir, the Wind Ifrit. You could also use Shaman, who's Spectra's light brother. That's the Light Griffin, Second Awaken. Matthew Lauren says, oh my god, I haven't been on Summoners War in a while. Welcome back. Welcome back, dude. 6 Mil Dog, hello. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Also, oh, Anti-Sonia there? Oh, is this the Anti-Sonia Beth? Wait a minute. Let's all take a second and watch this. So this is the Anti-Sonia Beth. I would never see this coming in a million years, though, to be honest. I guess anything can be Anti-Sonia with enough defense. Like, wow, dude. Very impressive. But now it's like, how do you kill the Sonia now? Let's see this. Hold on. Oh, I suppose it's just like intermittent damage up against the Sonia, right? It's like, oh, well, it doesn't have the defense break anymore. You've already done so much damage. I suppose Sonia isn't the biggest deal once you've dodged that, the ignore defense, purely because, like, you know, she's not built on a lot of survivability stats, right? So makes sense. Yeah, Sky's Ace, that's awesome. I would not expect a Sonia-proof Beth. His greatest blunder was building a team full of damage dealers. Yeah, you wiped them out so quick, and you didn't even like have a lot of damage outside of Beth. Like, Beth was your only damage dealer in theory. I love it nonetheless. Wait, because I might come back. Dude, you should, Matthew Lawrence. Let me tell you, now would be a good time to come back, right? We haven't revealed what the 10th event is yet. Like, there's still some cool stuff coming. And also, like, there were just 2 new units released, and they're my new favorite designs in, like, the whole game. We looked at the skill animation. Wait, guys, hold on. Let's just, really quick, we're not going to linger on it. I just want to watch Theodora's skill 3 one more time. If you just joined, or it's like, or if you've been taking a break, look at this. Look at how sick this looks, dude. Oh, they nailed it. That's so sick, bro. Honestly, like, this might be the coolest skill animation in the entire game. Like, actually. The water one's not bad either. I really like the summoning an army of knights. Really Liliana Dreadhorde General-esque, you know? It's like, that is a planeswalker. He says, okay. I know. That's what I'm saying. Is Light Tomb Warden okay-ish? Let's find out. You said you got the Light Tomb Warden already? Congratulations. That's like record timing. So you got Ramon. Tax the enemy to remove all beneficial effects. So strip on 1 person, then 3 dots for 3 turns each. Oh my god. Attack will deal more damage according to your max HP when used on the spot of a dead enemy. Places a cursed tombstone. When the cursed tombstone is on the enemy side, the HP of an enemy that gets a turn decreases by 10%. Oh my gosh, so you can like, oh my gosh, so you can like decide. It's like, do I want to bank on, do I want to strip and apply dots right now? Or do I want to just make it so that they're drained for 10%? And I love that there's no super easy way for them to remove the tombstone. Like, they have to kill him. They have to kill Ramon. This sounds cool. If the enemy at the spot is revived or if the caster dies. And it will not appear in boss battles. Wow. That actually sounds really cool. What do the other ones do? So that was Ramon. Oh, is it just, wait. Counterattack. It's just these 2 that place a tombstone. Wow, I kind of wish that I wish that all of them did tombstones. Those are really good effects. Those are actually like weirdly powerful effects. Because you know what that cursed tombstone reminds me of is the wind Nobara. That's what that reminds me of. Aya? I forgot her name. The Aya. decreases by 15% if you have a debuff. So this is like, as long as you've killed someone, you can do that. Joy Boy, we got a One Piece fan in chat. Mayon, Evan, can I get your thoughts on my arena defense? Let's take a peek. Oh, I love it. Honestly, I love it. Like, no, to me, this is like pseudo perfect. Chat, thoughts on this? I honestly think this is great. This is what I like to recommend people, right? Super tanky, hard to get rid of. Like, Byung Chul has damage reduction. Camilla cleanses herself on crits and takes reduced critical damage. Triana prevents death and can heal. To me, this is perfect. I think this is great. And you got the big 44% HP lead. Let's see the runes on it. Let's go in. There's the Camilla, 19k HP. Carnal, huge HP. Nice, love that. Good defense too, nice speed. Wow, this is a really solid Carnal. Someone said there should be a Juno to have anti-dot. I don't know what I would want to remove though, to be honest. It's hard for me to say, yeah, like just throw in a Juno. Actually, I don't think I see a Juno either. Yeah, there's no Juno here. So that makes me feel a little bit better, but to me, there's not a lot to change. And then I don't think I see the Triana. She might not be out. Oh no, there she is. Just not in the main box. Oh, I have a Juno. I would experiment with it, but I don't think, I really like where your arena defense is at, to be honest. And if it's also like pulling decent rates in terms of like win rates, I wouldn't mess around with it like too much. Waiki says, hello, Waiki, could you remember, I don't know which monsters to build further or try to get. Okay, let's see. So you're level 47, you've been playing for a while. Came back to the game. I like where these are at. Let's go see what your monsters are. This is a good, we've talked about dungeons a lot today, so I like the change to focus on like, oh, what monsters should I build? I love Carlos, but he's probably not great for your point in the game. I like that you're building Abigail. Let me see what else you've got too. I love Abellio. Oh, these are great. You have some fun units back here. Like, dude, the Abellio 2, Sonia back here. I think maybe, honestly, like the Water Homunculus for TOA is not a bad call. I would say maybe build him a bit. I was just talking to Michael about this actually too. It's always good to have a Water Homunculus. You could also like, down the line, if you ever need a max HP damage dealer, like chat, this is just general info too. I'm really loving the Wind Homunculus. Ever since the Wind Homunculus has been buffed, I think he's been perfect for Giants. I recommend him to people in the starter team. I recommend him in the speed team. I think he's awesome. But for now, like he'd be awesome on a TOA team. Like you could use Tyrone and then you could use Saf, Water Homunculus, right? And just kind of use Jean to draw heat. Like, and you just buy your time on the way up. And then when it comes to bosses, you just swap him out for something else. It's looking pretty good. King Nundrum, just thought it. I need help with RTA, and who I need to build as a second speed lead. My best speed is plus 175 additional. So we're talking RTA and second speed lead. Let's do it. You're welcome. Noah, all you got to do is put, I'm in chat channel 10 on the global server right now. Tell me your question and let me know what your name is in YouTube. Like, just let me know, hey, this is Noah, or something like that too, so I know who I'm talking to. So question and name, chat channel 10 global server. And question right now is who to build next. Kyle, you got a Layla here. Who to build next? Honestly, if you don't already have a Tessarion built, I would almost say to build a Tessarion just on the side. He doesn't have a speed lead though. You could mess around with the Fire Megami. I don't think, chat, what are your thoughts on Fire Megami right now? It's defense and attack power by 1 turn, attacks and stuns the enemy for 1 turn. 100% chance, decreases the attack bar by 50% if the target is already has a harmful effect. Like, that's pretty good. I actually think that maybe you could build this. This is the best second speed lead I see in here. And it's a 28% speed lead for RTA. The only unit that has the same runes as RTA right now is Miles, says King Nundrum. Like, the reason why I really like Fire Megami, oh, and you could actually do something kind of bruisery too. Like, if you wanted to bring a Gapsu with the team, like, you could do something very, like, I just stick around and you just try to figure out how to kill me. You could do like Gapsu, Fire Megami. Let's see if you have something else that's kind of like annoying for the enemy to dance around. Amelia would actually be really annoying. We're lacking damage at this case, though. I suppose Carnal. I suppose you could do like a Carnal and Miles for the last couple picks or something like that. But like, yeah, dude, honestly, I'm mumbling a little bit, King Nundrum, but I actually really like where you're at right now. Like, yeah, building a Fire Megami would be cool. I never finished my thought. The reason why I'm such a big fan of Fire Megami is because, like, he has like Diana's passive, right? Like Diana, you know, it's like if someone else gets attacked, you get attack bar, right? But by all intents and purposes, right, like Diana is the unit that you'd want to attack, right? Because she's the damage dealer, she's the strip, she's the reason why you're gonna lose, especially if you're a predominantly water team. Megami, you don't really want to attack him. He's giving like incidental value and like setting up other units, but like he's not the damage dealer. He doesn't feel like the reason why you're losing the game. You know what I mean? Like, he's just setting up for somebody else. He's purely support. So you wouldn't even want to like attack him to begin with. That's why I really like that passive on him as opposed to like a Diana or even Feng. You know, it's like Feng, you know, well, I guess Feng's a bad example because he gets attack bar when he's attacked. Let's stick with the Diana example. I think Diana is like, it's less valuable on her than it is on Megami, purely because it's like you want to be killing Diana, but you don't want to be killing Megami. Okay. Uncle says, hi stream. Joy Boy, did we, I'm starting to forget. We didn't look at this yet, right? Someone said, you said Tian Lang instead of Juno? If you have the Tian Lang, I actually think that is a very good substitution. I think that's a really good recommendation. Necro Hordes, can I get help with an RTA team? I'm trying to get into it. Yeah, let's do it. We can do a few kind of lightning round ones right now, guys, because I know that we're reaching cap. And again, in an hour and a half, we're going to be doing the Soul Strike stream. So make sure to come back here, come to us USA Twitch channel. And if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be on the official Soul Strike channel. RTA. So I'm already seeing some crowd control option in Zabala. I'm seeing a Bruiser with Camilla. Bayek, one of my favorite monsters right now, the Asher. Fire Bayek. Fang, okay. I would have, the units I just listed, like Bayek, I would have runes. Maybe the Camilla too? Dude, wait a minute, we might go Bruise. I would have a Fang ruined. Yeah, I think I might recommend that you go into like a Bruiser sort of thing. Oh, wow. Or actually, wait a minute. You could totally go crowd control now that I'm looking at this. Whoa, and you've got a big setup for Cleave back here. But honestly, I think this account probably wants to go into crowd control or Bruiser. Oh my God, but you have some serious, like, you have some really Cleave options. Okay, so let's go one at a time. Crowd control, right? You could do something that's akin to like Wind Robo, Okeanos, I think there was something back here, Zabala, right? That's a nice core. Let's talk about your Cleave option, just because I feel like I'd be remiss not to mention it. You do have a Craig, right? Craig gives attack bar in addition to speed and an attack buff. So this dude will give you all the setup you need. You also have Adriana. So if you pick those two as like your setup, you just rune Craig to be your fastest monster, so that way you make it, so that way you get there first. After that, you can run something like, wait, where is he? There he is, Chakra. I think you could run Chakra with this comp because he does AoE damage, speed scaling, so you're giving yourself an attack buff and a speed buff. So it's the best possible situation. Honestly, you could still use the Wind Robo here. I don't see a reason why you couldn't use the Wind Robo. I just noticed you have a Bastet too, so you'd have to choose which one you prefer between Adriana and Bastet. To me, I like the Bastet, or I'm sorry, to me I like the Adriana because of the speed scaling, especially if you bring Chakra into it. I suppose you could force a Zabala in there as well. If you wanted to go more bruise-oriented instead, I would do like Ciara, Bayek, and then Feng if the situation calls for it. I wouldn't necessarily pick him in the third slot, just saying I think I'd pick him. Then you do Praha, so you'd probably go Ciara, Bayek, Praha, and now you have one of each unit. And then you just pick what the situation calls for after that. So the last 2 picks would be your like flex picks. So I definitely see a world where you could go in either of those 3 directions and have a really fun time. Cleave might be fun to just kind of mess around with, especially in like the lower levels of RTA, because like I don't think people would really know what to do about it when you're like that low. And you get to leverage an LD5, which is great. I think Bruiser would probably be consistent-ish, but I think crowd control is really where your like account wants to rest. And let me go through as many as possible here. Desticline, talking about arena defense quite a bit today. This is kind of fun, actually. So you have a Volantis back there. You got Osima, too. A Nefties. Whoa. Oh, my God. A Talisman, too. This account has some really fun stuff. I like the Bruise approach. If you do go Bruiser, I would say maybe, like, try to bring something to prevent death. I don't know, chat. I feel like I'd hit the... Would you hit this defense? Let's go in and see what we can recommend instead. Because I think I might almost recommend something like a Nefties in here. A Nefties with the Volantis. Since you've got them, maybe we use them. Like, you have some really cool units back here, like... Oh, and by the way, Conundrum, for the question about how to ruin the Fire Megumi, I'd put him on Violent, probably Speed HP Accuracy or Speed HP HP, and I think Speed HP HP would probably be the best one, and look for Accuracy in the substats. And go for like Accuracy on Skill 3, because that's his passive, right? And you're removing he lets you strip a buff every time. Look for Accuracy on any of his skills. Oh, Sirs Luke, I'm so sorry. We might have to save it for next stream because I just realized it's later than I think it is. Yeah, so if you really want to bruise, I would keep your comp. Utilize Byung-chul, I think, instead of Smicer, maybe. Oh, and you might want to think about using an Abellio. Oh my God, this account has so many options. It's crazy. I think that Kinky might actually be a little bit weaker now. I don't know, chat. I feel like Kinky might actually be the weak link on the team now that I think about it. I don't think he's got, like, I don't know. Thank you, Sirs Luke. I appreciate it. Boa tarde! Guieg. E aí? E aí, galera? E aí? Boa tarde, lindo. Boa tarde back, dude. Sejam bem-vindos. Yeah, so the longer I think about it, I think Kinky might actually be the weak link. I don't think you get enough benefit from him. I think Byung-chul would actually be better here. And then you could swap out Smicer for something that prevents death or something like that. Alternatively, if you really wanted to go super aggressive, you could do like a Nefties lead. Go Nefties with like a strip option into like just big damage. And I think that's probably the way to go. You do have a Talisman after all, right? So I think you have the I think you have what you need to go like a reverse cleave. Something like that. So guys, one more time before we go, I just wanted to tell everybody one more time, there is a meetup in Brooklyn on December 15th, hosted by Y Cause I'm a G. If you feel like you want to join or you can be in the area, you can use command meetup on Twitch, and that'll bring you the registration link. On that same date, December 15th, is the Guardians Club Tournament Finals. So even if you're at the meetup or not, I highly recommend you give it a watch. It's going to be a super fun time. We've had one of these before in the past. That's the one where we have 2 coaches on 2 teams that are coaching players up to help their account progression, and then we make them fight in a tournament to see which team wins. It's going to be a blast. Again, Sunday the 15th. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stick around. I'll see you hopefully in an hour and a half for the Soul Strike stream. And if you're on Twitch, stay in chat because we're going to raid somebody. Bye, everyone. See you later.